US President Donald Trump has announced a 2-week suspension of planned attacks on Iran following Tehran's agreement to reopen the strategically critical Strait of Hormuz. Trump made the announcement late Tuesday evening on his platform Truth Social, just under 2 hours before the previously set 8 p.m. deadline for military strikes. He credited Pakistan, particularly Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and Field Marshal Asim Munir, for mediating the deal that prevented what he had previously called the destruction of a whole civilization. According to the agreement, Iran has committed to allowing safe passage through the Strait of Hormuz, the vital waterway through which nearly 1/5 of the world's oil and gas flows. Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi confirmed that for the next 2 weeks, vessels can navigate the strait safely, coordinated with Iranian armed forces. Araghchi also thanked Pakistan for its role in defusing the crisis and hinted that the ceasefire could be extended if further negotiations go smoothly. Meanwhile, Trump called it a double-sided ceasefire and said the next 2 weeks will focus on finalizing a broader agreement with Iran. He highlighted that both sides had largely resolved points of contention, and he described the agreement as a workable framework for long-term peace in the region. Tensions had reached a peak following Trump's earlier threats to target Iran's power plants, bridges, and other infrastructure, warnings that many legal experts said could amount to war crimes. The US had previously postponed strikes multiple times, citing progress in negotiations, but the international community had been bracing for escalation. The war has now been ongoing for over 5 weeks, since the joint US-Israel military offensive began in late February. More than 2,000 people have been killed in Iran, while nearby Gulf states have reported 28 fatalities. The US has lost 13 military personnel, and Israel has suffered 26 casualties. The ceasefire has been welcomed by US allies in the Middle East, who feared a full-scale attack and possible counterstrikes. Al Jazeera correspondents report that in Tehran, reactions were mixed, with many uncertain about how fully the conflict would pass under this temporary arrangement. The reopening of the Strait of Hormuz is also a major economic relief. The waterway had been effectively blocked by Iran in the early weeks of the conflict, causing global oil prices to spike and drawing criticism of Trump domestically, including from his conservative base. Despite the agreement, critical questions remain. Observers wonder whether Israel will respect the ceasefire and halt its strikes against Iran's allies in the region. Analysts suggest that Israel could face political and military risks if it defies US directives. Trita Parsi of the Quincy Institute explained that Israel may avoid unilateral action against Iran without active American support, underlining the delicate balance of power in the region. For now, the 2-week pause gives a window of relief for the region and the world, but all eyes remain on ongoing negotiations in Islamabad. Both the US and Iran will be closely watching each other, as the fragile ceasefire could shape the course of Middle East stability in the coming weeks.